Okay. Ger shechaz l'nasa machmas ira. A ger which went back to his religion because of his old religion, because of fear. Hmm. Okay. And kosher lift of tefillin is kosher to raise tefillin. Again, went through this before. Tefillin should from abikaris. Tefillin which is written by an abikaris. Yisrafu, you should burn them. V'yesh omrim yignuzu, and some say that you should bury them. Abikaris, the Mishnah verse says, Vayim veralacha, look at veralacha. Yisrafu, you should burn them. Imaz karosov, with their mention in Zovin Hashem. Okay. Imaz karosov, and with their mention of Hashem, because it'll come like later on. V'sim shalom adal, sim shalom adal, shichlapei. Ein sham look there. The stomach is shekozel l'shem avodas galulim hu kosa, because assumably when he writes that he's writing for a guy, for an idol. That's the reason why he's writing. So not a real writing. Some say you should bury it. The aid derach abikaris laniach tefillin is not the way of a guy to put on tefillin. The bavad because of limkar is one for sure. He wrote it to sell to a Jew. So this is from the Beis Yosef. Okay, the after shalom cost l'shem of it's possibly not write it for the sake of an idol because he's selling it to a Jew anyway. The Das Mechabel of Zocha, they have shown the Das the opinion of the Mechabel is to hold like the first opinion. L'chein Klas of the Stomach, therefore he says you read it Stam, you should burn it. L'chein Das the Taz, the Prisha, the Graz, the Ira, and similarly says Das the Taz and the Prisha, and the Graz, and the Gra. In its explanation, you should burn it. Okay, and the Beralacha says, Kasher lift of Tefillin. No. Oh, so there's two Beralachas, one on the last one and one on this one. It's kosher if a guy went back to his religion because of fear. Kol is a higher beger tzaddik. Also talking about a ger which is a proper convert. Ulini ger tosh in regards to a noahide. His gimba prima god, the prima god decides v'lechem of shemayim, in the lechem shemayim and machas the shekel, and the machas the shekel. Vod harbe and many others. The possible mitam doha eno b'kashira. He's possible because he's not a person who puts on tefillin. He's a noahide. The Ephraim, Hamtzia Dover Chadash, he brings out a new thing. The Irik Hadarf Moshe, the Moshe is talking about the master Beger Toshav, who's master with a Noahide, the Kibol of Kol Mitzvahs Chutz Mimi Isra Nevela. He's talking about a Noahide which accepts all the mitzvahs except for the Isra of Nevela. The Imkain Halo Yesh of Kshiris, and if so, then he's any person who can do tying on tefillin. But my emes near Lanyas Laiti, in truth, it seems my humble opinion. This also wouldn't work. The Halo Alkoponim Enum Musar al Kshira, at the very least, he's not warned about doing the nodding and putting on tefillin. But hey, I'll prove it to you. Datum Yisha Ve'avid, is it, let's say, a woman or a slave, Yikabel Lam, they would accept upon themselves mitzvah tefillin, the mitzvah of tefillin, you would kashem, let's see what tefillin, they'd be kosher then to write tefillin. Vim Tizchal Mishum, the Mochin, the Nashim, Al Hana. And if you want to push this off, because the Mishum, the Mochin, they protest for women all enough tefillin, we say, putting on tefillin, we say, don't put on tefillin. We said earlier, and therefore even if they accept, they really shouldn't be. Zayin is not really true. The Kol Zerak Mach was Chumra Ba'alma. All this is just because of general Chumra. It's not a real din. Shachol Shem the Shikta, they were concerned about the Psikta. Aval Shas Dilan, but on our Shas, the Soviet ain't welcome. We hold, we don't protest about this. It's not really a big, it's just a Chashash, but our Gemara doesn't say, says we're not Choshash. We don't protest. Okay, the Yisra Sham Beis Yosef, it says in Beis Yosef, and furthermore, slaves will disprove you. If they welcome behem, in that case, we wouldn't protest against them according to many people. Kamosha Kasam Nilel said earlier, Mr. Berura, B'Shem Ush. Not sure that is. The name of the Ush. Okay. Gam Visa, also according to this, and each of the Kabbalah last if a woman would accept upon herself mitzvah sisters to do the mitzvah sisters, Tia Kashera after Rabbeinu Tam, kosher even Rabbeinu Tam, made last is Lanasha to make sisters for men. Zaino, this isn't true. Zim came to Bazay Yoder Rabbeinu Tam. It shows that really the Rabbeinu Tam would agree in this case. Yes, Azza Hachachas the Rush, it would be going away the proof of the Rush from the Gittin and Hayam Bays. Mihad the Kartalisa, the Visu, from that of Kartalisa and of the wife, the Bechinina. Okay, Vendosa. From the wife of Vendosa, the Sida Lamishte, but Tiklata, they said you're going to put on her Techeles, the Tzadike, the Alma, the Asian, for the Tzadikim in the next world, the Barman calls that excite Ulutpay. So he goes away that Raya because maybe this is the case on how that they accept it. That's all I'm saying. When the Barman goes that, and then aside from all this, it in Geiris the Qatar, we can't have conversion halfway. I'm Mesachas Gerim, look at Mesachas Gerim. Oh, the Imkain, the Ger Shemal will live so then by a Ger who just did Mila and then goes to the field process. Because of Rosh, the Vodasara, then Rosh isn't Vodasara, the end of Garam, he Ger Tosh, if he's no worse than a Noahide, the Harry Kibo love called the Mitzvah Gazari accepted on him on the mitzvahs, Imkain, if he's there, so according to this, yeah, kosher like Steve Sevatar Mezuzah. It'll be closer to right Sevatar Mezuzah. Yeah, kosher the Zvicha Kisro, and it'll be kosher to do Kashechting like a Jew. The Shita Sari, the totally survives Zvicha, according to the Re, who holds that it's based on, it has to be a person who's a bar Zvicha and does Shechting. The Hayu Machzik Latum Mitzvah Zvicha, because he establishes himself with the Mitzvah Zvicha. We start with the Gemara V'Yivamis from Vav Gam Risham, and the sum of the Stam Gemara in Yivamis and Vav it says there. Given to Lovatabel over Galulimu says since he didn't go to the mikvah, he's just a guy. Well, Mashrakein is He's a regular guy, not a funny kind of guy where everything's okay. He can write tefillin and he can do shkita. Okay. When he wrote by an apikars system, we say you can either burn them or bury them or possibly burn them. This is someone who's attached to what is art. He needs to be justice in the Yosef Hashem Rashi the Mishna Berama Hilchos Tefillin the Perak Alef Gimel. This is from the Beis Yosef name of Rashi and the Kesef Mishnah from the Rambam. Hilchos Tefillin Perak Alef Gimel. Lafukim Masha Huga Shaga Be'ezav Tefos. To exclude which was amended in certain prints, Rashi, Gittin and Hayam Beis, and Rashi, Gittin and Hayam Beis. Because is Yehuda She'ena Mammon Rabbi Satan Zal that Apikars is a Jew who doesn't believe in the rabbis. Shazah Enam Be'Perish Rashi, Kiyadul is not from the explanation of Rashi as it's known. Hagam Shalin Yaneno, even that with our topic of Chayrim Gam. For other topics, even this would be called not because someone doesn't believe in the rabbis. But not in regards to this, the Yisrof that it should be burnt, the tefillin that he writes. In regards to halacha, so for like this, nearly pashas, it seems pashas, it's like knows the parsha yourself, that you wouldn't have to hide his parshas. The Shemalo Ibad Klaf Lishman, maybe he didn't make the tan the klaf for the sake of the mitzvah. V'shamalo Kosovo Parshios, Be'ez Karas Lishma, maybe he didn't write the Parshas and then mentioned in Zav Hashem for the sake of the mitzvah. V'shamalo Hay Zohir B'din Kok Tokos, maybe he wasn't careful with the laws of chiseling on the inside. Even to Inam Ham B'divrei Chazal, since he doesn't believe in the laws of Chazal. V'gam Pasher Hu La'asher Al-Chayim, he also Pasher to master for other people, and it's no good. Miu, if it happens that other people are standing on top of him, and he sees that he did everything properly, for example, he didn't write except for certain letters in these parshas, if name in front of them. Certain letters in the parashas, with name in front of them. Okay, so they only wrote certain letters in front of these people. Or in like the pages of the Sefer Torah. Okay, I feel even still, Yesh Ayin im Ish Kazehu B'chal Bar Kshir. It would still be ma'ayin if this person is included in the category of someone who could. I mean, now you know for sure he's doing it right. But the question is he a person who is was included in the category of tying? The Chori Yesh L'Havi Rai L'Hati. The Chori you could bring a proof to Matzah. This the Halal Indian Zavicha is in regards to shechting. Gamkein Madrash. They also have this drasha Mishu B'chlal Bar Zavicha, that someone who's included in someone who can shech. Acham Yizimkol, and you can eat from his shefting. Lo Mishaina Bar Zavicha, not for someone who's not a person who shefts. Because he saw Bechulin and Gimel and Beis, it says in Chulin Gimel and Beis. Tosus Dibra Hamas or Kasavar, and Tosus Bedir Mas Kasavar. So you have to be a bar Hachi. But Filu Hachi, even still possibly are there, Simon Beis, Sif test, and says in Simon Beis test, Suduki, and by Sunni, then by Susi, at Suduki and by Susi, you don't believe in the Chachamim. If Nivzach Sakina, if they check their knives, and other people are standing on top of them, then their shafting would be kosher. So we see for Zvicha, which you do need to be a bar hachni, and even still, Suki is kosher. Alma, even the after mitzvah, since they are established in this mitzvah, they do it. I have to look at Kesiva, even though it's not a pasuk one, when they usually only do the pasuk ones. Karina Behu v'Shehem b'Znei Zvicha. We call about them that they're people who do shafting. U'mamin of the mitzvah Zvicha, and they believe in the mitzvah of shafting. Because the parish Prima Sham explains the Prima Gonda, and Sham. Okay, and Hatanam, if so here too, in our topic, L'chori im achayim omdem al gam, if other people are standing on top of them, Veron Shalom, Hayabol Chasaran, the Koktokos didn't have the problem of chiseling on the inside, Shamasim Rod B'Malachas Mexi, which is very common in the work of writing. The Gam Shinich L'Shma, and it's also wrote L'Shma, in the Apostle, he shouldn't pass with, since he did everything right. The Havi Adayim B'Chalak Bakshir is still included in the category of person who can't put on tefillin. But you could push up. The Haludua, the Im Shava Katera Ba'achal Isura, because it's known that if you leave out the heter stuff and eats the bad stuff, eats the heter stuff, after the Dover Echad, even if it's just one thing, do have a B'Chala, because he's now included in that Apikoris. Manashim Keilu, and men like these, is Manenu in our days, Yadua She'enam Choshin Klarlum Mitzvot, they don't care at all about the mitzvot. So most of the Etlam Chila Shabbos for Hesir Gamke common, it's found by them the being Machal Shabbos publicly also. Imkain Dina Kamoshim Masik Shach, and then so their din is like what the Shach includes. Shamlin in crime and there in regards to the crime. Okay, Yosef Shenyim Fakim. It's better. Would it better be to erase them and then write them to other people after them? But if you're not able to erase them, because it won't be in order or something. Osios Hashem, where it's in the letters of Hashem, Sarchi in the mind. So you need to delve in. It might be no good. It might be good. Okay. If it's found in the hands of an apikars, you don't know who wrote them. You can assume then you should hide them. So the verse says you can assume misafik, you should hide them. Misafik Shem Hukos, maybe he himself wrote them. Avalin is Rof Misafik, you shouldn't burn them. Misafik. The halokasiva lo sasun kain Lashem Lokei, because Lokasiva doesn't say. Pasuk says lo sasun kain Lashem Lokei. We shouldn't do this to Hashem, your God, destroying them. Destroying Hashem's name, and never were worried about it. Just bury them. And this, I guess, could be wrote properly. Well, Nimsu Biyaneno Yehud, if it's found in the hands of a guy, the Ear do because we don't know who writes them, then Kasher, those are kosher. Okay? And the Mishnah says, the Stab of Gagulim, there's assumably just a general guy, and Bakiyam Lachsov, he's not a Baki, he doesn't know the rules to write film. It's from the Magen Avram. Vavadi Yisrael Kosev, I'm sure you wrote it. The problem of Komosenim, especially in our times, in our places, that it's known that the Jews, the Goyim don't know how to write. I feel with Sefer Torah, Shenim Subiyan, then even a Sefer Torah, which was found in their hands, Masik Shaf, the Shaf concludes with Yardeh Simon Reish Peyalef, if cut in the hay, and yet the Kuliyam, according to everyone, that's kosher to lead into Jainim Yehudim, but also we assume that a in Yehudim took it as plunder or whatever. Zion, ain't looking to fill in mezuzah. You can't buy fill in mezuzahs as far in books. Min akusim ham kusim. Yosim if they demand more than the value of their money. You can't overbuy them if they get taken. Harbe, not a lot more, because they should the hargil the gun from in order they shouldn't be accustomed to stealing them or them into robbing them. Okay. In Lokin, Misadei demand from their more than their value. Our mission, we're looking for mission of Masha Kasavna with the road who are then in him pursuing Machasatun if they're we didn't actually do the mission. Let's do the mission first. Yosur, you can't pay more than the value. I will be at Yosur, but a little bit mishavim from the value. The Hainu I today, if Ati, and this means until half Kati dinner, half of the dinner, but filling if you ever the Torah, and this according to this calculation also by the Torah, then you would be obligated to acquire them and to buy them back. This is from Ambetos Sham Divya Maskal Malin Ulakaf Stam Shulchan Aruch. Look at Tosis over there in Divya Maskal Malin, and this is what the Shulchan Aruch is standing here. But after Sefer Torah Shanim Subiyadi Yehud, even though the Sefer Torah which is found in the hands of a guy, Yeshua Digno says some say that you should bury it. This is in Yirmiyah Day, Simon Reish Alef. Afopigate even still, if I have one that's knows for him, you would still be obligated, even if you're going to bury it, you would have to acquire it from them. Okay, well, I feel even if it's a little more than the regular value, just to bury it. If they guns them in order to bury it, they should yavo of the glum mazals him in order to bury them, it shouldn't come the guy to be mazals about them. The pasha to within him pasulim machmas. Aslan is possible. The same thing would be if they're possibly because of themselves, whatever reason. Gamkin chayavim that knows me of the glum, you still would be obligated to acquire from the guy. Today, the guns in order to bury them. How about because of an abikaris, but if it's rolled by a guy, by a abikaris, someone who's gone is off the D. Soon the was covered. The unim gisrei, you have to burn them, and so then you won't have to buy them because they're something made for Avodah Zarah. If he's attached to a Avodah Zarah, that's what we said before. He has to be attached to it. Hard pay a lot. You can't pay a lot more. About for PK, although you sound like that's where you throw take it, even still, the Jew shouldn't immediately move himself away from it. You say, okay, it's too much, get out of here. This is from the Taz and you're there, seminary Spay Aleph. After Omer Higher, even though the person says a lot, and you're to deal with them and say, okay, come on, it's too much. Then just maybe he'll come up with an equal amount. When the guy is standing on his words, then you say, okay, fine. Before B'Shas, the Cleveland Shas, also known over the Gulim, it's also to say to a guy, shit them because Zol, Yosim, he died, you should give them to me for $5. Your guys, however, the Gulim, the Yanaz, maybe the guy will be angry and then he'll just say, oh, I can't believe this, what's this? Throw it in the trash. That was the case that happened in the Gemara, so they said you can't do this. And Lofkin, Mikdei the man, what you can't go less than you can't go more than their value, too much. I Mishnah Berura, look at Mishnah Berura. In the Berura, Hashem Kasav in the road, who are then in Haim Pesul and Math Masafin, if they're possibly because of themselves. Who partial is as Zu is partial according to the opinion. The Mishna who in will possible math was for Shash possible. What's the difference if it's possible because of concern, then maybe it was wrote by a possible concern Haktokos, or maybe it has the problem of chiseling from the inside and not real writing. However, according to the Rambam, the possible the Torah by Sefer Shenika that says you could read actually, you could use a from a Sefer Torah which is bought from a guy. In Raya, the Torah Ligach it's not a proof that you would have to buy in order to bury it, because you could say when you buy from a guy, there's your proof was there's probably a lot of problems with that safer. You can't read from it, and so therefore, who was in if it was had its own possible mathematics, it would again be a problem. Would be it wouldn't if it was a shastra wrote by a apostle, would still be a problem. The other way. No, is a shastra wrote apostle, and therefore, because maybe the guy wrote it or whatever, and therefore you couldn't read from it. So who did then if let's say it wasn't shastra the guy wrote it, but it was a shash that there was koktokos or whatever. Right, but in the problem is the Rambam holds you could read from it, and therefore there's no chashash that apostle wrote it, and therefore where's your right? Now you lose the raya according to the Rambam. Okay, Ayin Shem Gemara, look at in the Gemara. Ulanian today the man in regards to the paying their value for it. The Chor is the tzorach lachashav kamo im hayu tefillin kasher. The Chor you have to calculate as if they were kosher tefillin. The halo im kasu over galulim, because if it isn't it that if a guy wrote it, gam kenin kadei dam of sham v'kulim. It's also isn't it that if you, what's the amount of their value? It's not worth anything because it's possible. Okay, and therefore what's in Shas, when there is in Shas, in order the amount of their value to bear them can't be nothing. I know it has to be if it was Shayfatar, which is kosher. Amach was said because of this, he won't become accustomed the guy because he doesn't know that the Sefer Torah is not worth anything. Even though, like, we're paying way more. No, you're not really paying way more because he thinks it's kosher, and therefore you're paying a regular value, and he's just going to get, okay, I get this, or he gets something else. We are there. Reish Vei Aleph. That even with the Yachid you can't read it, so it's totally possible. He doesn't know that, and he doesn't know we're paying way more than that, and we really care. Imkain Pasha Tehuadin is Nami Benin, so it's Pasha Tehuadin also on our topic that just like the Gemara says, when you buy it to bury it, so to hear you're buying it from this guy, you really can't read from it. Sarafi and Kedas needs a little bit of Ian. Okay. Ella minimum, but you can only buy from someone who's a professional. Shabaki because of the Asir said he's a baki with the words which need to have less yields involved and words that need to have more. Fine. But someone who's not a professional, even though the person who buys them wants to check them, because there's to be concerned maybe he'll become lazy with his searching with Nesha Torah because it's trouble for him. This is from the Tozus Verash. Torah it's fila because it's trouble for him to take off the sewing, the from him to resew them. Pasha the Mishu sofer, this Pasha is someone who is a sofer kavua. He's a established sofer, the rabbin for the public. He would be included as someone who's a professional. Mezuzah, this is from the Bryce Hashem. He would who was in Parshas and by the mezuzah, and same thing would be by the Parshas of Dylan. Yikakos afilu shalom and they can be bought from someone who's not a professional, but nice shiv the camera on condition you check them afterwards. So if someone's not a baki, you have to be able to check it. By mezuzahs, which you could check easily, just take out the thing, the scroll, unwrap it, and then check it and put it back. Okay, Tess says. You bought from someone who's not a professional. So you have to check them. Okay. If you bought from him 100, I guess those are parchments or whatever, or maybe compartments. Bodig mehem shlosha ketitos. Maybe that's pairs. I'm not sure what ketitos means. You have to check 3 ketitos. Shtaim shalosh, so it means 2 shalosh ketitos. I guess, yeah, pairs of tefillin. You do 2 shalosh, v'achal shal yad, and 1 shal yad, and then that's what gets. So maybe it's just pairs of tefillin. They're just or maybe just boxes. It means ketitos. So you bought 100 of them. You have to check them. So you check 3. So you check two tops and 1 bottom. Oh, shtaim shal yad v'achal shal rosh, or two shal yads and 1 shal rosh. And once in Hashem we find those 3 are kosher, then this man has been established. The Hari Kulam Kulam B'Shem, now they'll all be kosher because you can assume he's a bucket. The Eno Shar Torah the rest of them would need to be checked. If you bought them, I guess, in bundles and bundles, as it's assumably they bought them from a bunch of people. So if you bought them in a bunch of bundles, we assume there's a bunch of people who sold it to them. Therefore, you have to check from each bundle. Each one has to have 2 shel rosh checks and 1 shel yad checks, or shnaim shel yad checks, or 2 shel yad checks, ve'echad shel rosh and 1 shel rosh. Hamocha tefillin v'amar shahayu al shel adam gadol. If a man sells tefillin, he says, "Oh, it was a great man's tefillin." Naman ve'enim tzrichim. They would be believed, and you wouldn't have to check them. Lakach. So this is b'diavad. O she'ein sham mamchavir. This is b'diavad. You bought them, or you already did it, or there's no other way to buy them in the city. It's just there's nothing else. This is from the Pri Megadim. So the vodka, we have to search them. The custom Yiseris with the Lackington with the extraness. This is from the Tosus Rosh. V'wadin b'tzmuna, so it's the same thing with the form of the letters. Him galach of the proper. Ukanalba simanam vav etc. and simanam vav sepal. Bein loko shema ibdon. So the Shlomo is not to be concerned. Maybe he tanned them not for the sake of the mitzvah. The halal b'kim the Yaakov b'kim is that everyone is a bucky about this. That's not the problem. The problem is maybe you're going to mess up a letter. Maybe you're going to do not the right form. But the tanning, everyone knows to do the Shema. Ve'ina shar, the rest of them wouldn't need to be searched. Who shomer shekos from Atman, he has to say that he wrote them himself. Or he said he bought them from one guy. But the Lina also Adam, we assume that guy cost from he wrote them. Called the Atman all of them himself. Keeping Shehem Betzavah since they're in one bundle. The Moshe cost from Parisha, as the preacher says. If he says there are goggles, same thing would be if he said he bought it from a professional. So you'd be named he believed. The 8 achadam b'isurim, because at one point this is believed by Yisurim. Because of Magen Ram writes, the Akopanim beginan shemakiran also shuhu mumpa, most like the kasher. You have to, at the very least, you have to recognize, we need that he should recognize that he is established with being kosher. Okay, the Ein Yeridea Simon Kofi Yatasif Beis Braga. Look at Simon Yeridea Simon Kofi Yatasif Beis Braga. Well, if you have a voice, it's clear there. Mukash to him Inuhu Shalav Shon Ba'atzma. If he saw that he put them on himself, then he'll be believed in every case. So I'm not sure if it means most of the conscious is the guy you're talking to, or the gadol. I assume it's the guy you're talking to. But Ulafiyan Mavor Shamas was clear that Muchach, it proves the Imri Inu Shalab Shamas, if we see that he puts it on himself, then Bachulgami he'd believe in every case. The Lahaber Ba'atzma Vavadi and Okasha, that to violate a sin by himself, he's for sure not for concerns. But Ayin Sham B'Shach Tifkat Nalef, look there in Shach Tifkat Nalef. Bein Tuach L'Difa, you wouldn't have to search them. Shechazaka Al Chaver She'ina Motzi Mitachas Yal Zatav She'in Musuk. And there's the Chazaka on someone who's a cover, like a real Talmud, a real good person, like a cover type of person, a certain category to get into a cover, which he doesn't take out is something which is not fixed from under his hands. Okay, Gillen. Tefillin she'achzikum v'tesher is tefillin which has been established with being kosher. They don't have to be searched. They really never have to be searched. If you only put them on sometimes then you have to put them on. You have to check them twice in a, I guess, in a yovel. Agavim, if Ein lo mish yuchol levdok. If he doesn't have someone who could check them, l'chaz was open to resell them up. And yicham kachol but you can put them on without searching them because there's no way really to check. It's from the base Yosef Hashem Orchos Chaim. The Olam, he should always they need checking forever. Shekol zman chipuy and shalom, as long as their covering is complete. Arhim b'cheskas amenas, in there they are in there for a status from the law. We assume they keep their status. This is from the Rambam Uva Beis Yosef. The in chodesh and shemen is nivkacha os mitochan on nikva. We're not worried that a letter was raised from them or a nikva. Or there was a hole there. We're not concerned about that. Okay, Amikol Malcolm. Okay, we're not concerned about this. Amikol Malcolm, not on the Velcom, still proper to check them. So you could leave it forever, but still it's proper to check them. This is from the Magen Avraham. Because they get destroyed because of the sweat. Okay, the im nikra if it tears the covering of the compartments, shenishru b'mayim, where they were left in water, take up. They need to be checked immediately. This is from the Bach. Shem and Nimchak Aksavo and the Skalko, maybe it was destroyed, the writing, or it got messed up. Anytime which needs to be searched, Minadin. The Ein Lo Misha Yivdok, and from the law, he doesn't have someone who could search them. V'yit for someone resaw it. Manicham below bracha, then you should put them on without a bracha. Wow. It's from the Pri Megadah. The Lo Shaykh Ukmei Chazak, you can't say establish. Also means that you can't say put it on its chazaka. Like I'm in this kind of case where I guess it got wet and stuff and was tearing open. What's the Chayim on them? The Chayim writes, V'hu adin him menachem v'makom lach. Similar if they would be resting in a wet place. So I'll and everything is according to the topic. If it makes sense that it got wet, destroyed the stuff. The proking sometimes the chayshin and shem and this after that we're concerned that maybe it got rotten. This is from the Magen Avraham. If you just leave it, it just go bad. Therefore you should search them twice in a shemitah. That's all you're putting these filling on for whatever reason. In Yicham Kaf, he should put them this way. If he doesn't have anyone, he can put them on without a bedika. Ulini and bracha, in regards to bracha, and mash mechayadam the tzarach bracha. In mash time, they do have to make a bracha because there's no real reason why you need to check. Because maybe it got rotten, but it's not a good enough reason. But the reason appears misham delubri aleim whenever they didn't see on a real problem. Masha ain't been nishru mine, which is not true when it went in water, ocean is or the canal, and when it went into was destroyed the leather, like we said earlier. Fine. The mice, and you see him if you can make a bracha. Hamotzi tefillin, one who finds tefillin with shlachim begeniza, which are thrown into shemus. This is from the Ber Hates of the Shem Hilchos Ketanos. Okay. Below rituals without straps, supasuchim, and they're open. Yislocho sheish tam psulnista, that we're confused to be concerned there's a hidden problem with them. Avolim matzon derech he knew of, but if you found them on the way of putting them on, the pisan in their compartments, like on which you can't be concerned. Also, little tefillin. It's also to hang tefillin. Bein a bottom, bein b'katzuos, whether from the bottom, whether from the tzuos. Avamotul close from the bekisim, but you could hang them in their back. Also, those you can't just grab the straps of the tefillin. Al Yasud on a peg. Bipneshu derech bezon because it's a way of degrading this to put them on a peg, hang from the straps or from the film. Baby bottom, whether using the compartment, Shabbatim sleeve the matzah and having the bottom going hanging on the bottom. Baby Shabbatura sleeve the matzah whether the straps are hanging below. Miko Makam still back right Balma, and just in general, half and cent you happen to do this. This is from the Magen Avram. She'ochis is filling the other by Ritua sleeves the matzah. He's holding the in his hands and his straps are going to the bottom. Ein which can't be you should be mad about this. Avalim it's filling to but if it's filling or hanging, also the be also in every case. It's not included this much as filling shel rosh, totally but other with the filling rosh hangs in the space in the air, machzika biyad of in your hand, attaching them with your hand with your the straps, and meshivon ala rosh, and place them on the head. So if you would, like you put it on the head, sort of falling down, and you're trying to get the filling on right, so it is hanging for a bit there. Because this is needed to put them on, you have to do this. Some people put it on a board. The time he puts them on, but okay. In their bag you could do it. The Sefer Torah also is close, and the Sefer Torah is also to hang them. When you have a case, even with a bag. This is from the Magen Avram. And okay, two before was from the Magen Avram, one before was from Taz the Prima. Okay. Avilu Gashio Ba'arn, even when it's in the Arn, a Kodesh, Vatola Arn, a Kodesh, and if you're going to hang the Arn Kodesh, so you still can't do that. I'm Vechaylan, look Klal Lamed Aleph, Shikasa, which writes, Avilu Gashio Arn, a Kodesh Machuber, but you say this even when your Arn Kodesh is attached with pegs, the coastal to the wall would be usher. You can't do this. You can't just attach an Arn Kodesh to the wall. Kosh in Taftavo made Doberman, as long as it's not under something which can hold it. That's interesting. So Usvarim and books, this is from the Magen Avram and the Pri Megadim. You go on Sifrei Talmud and Gedolim, for example, the books of the Shas and stuff like that. Double the film similar to the tefillin, and you could hang them in the bag, you couldn't hang them from the book. Mikomakam Svarim Osidure tefillin, tefillos, still books and siddurim of davening. Hakavurim beluchos, which are set on boards. Shevahem shel shalosh shel kesef, which on them you have a rope of silver. This is from the Magen Avram and the Pri Megadim. Shaluchos ein domos lekes, that their boards are not comparable to a bag. Lefishem lefubarim l'siddur, because they're attached to the siddur. Bahari hein kesiddur asman, like a siddur in itself, and it should be. So it's also close to him. It's also to hang them. Shaluchos are not comparable to a bag, because they are attached to the siddur himself. How are you consider like a siddur itself and hang it from the siddur? Okay. Modulus of Pesukim Benair. It's also to write a Pesukim on paper with close in the Pesach base of Knesset, and to hang it onto the entrance of the base of Knesset. Okay. Akom Magen Avram is also the Magen Avram and the Pri Megadim. Nogan Ha'olam, the Minhag. Okay, you could do that. I'm not sure when. Nogan Ha'olam Minhag, well, his Minhag. Las Anos Bikishinot with filling the other, with the fast when filling falls from his hands. This from the Magen Avram and Simon Membav, it's a cut in hay. Al Aretz, when it falls into the land without, below Naitik, con without their back. Uedin Kishinot will Sefer Torah, same thing we have to Sefer Torah, fell a feel Benartikan, even if it would be in its bag. I'm Bailey Rabbi Shakos, look at there, but Bailey Rabbi writes, I feel it's filling Benartikan, you eat the fruit of the even if it would be in its bag, you should give a fruit to tzedakah.